This is cybersecurity from 1980 to 2000, a timeline. Alright, back in 1980, Arthur Boulder writes a program called Pilfer. This encourages white hat hacking. In 1983, we are looking at Captain Crunch, the Whistler, and the Chaos Computer Club, one of the largest hacking computer clubs that are out there. The 414s are a home hacking club. They accidentally hack, but they get caught, and there's no laws against hacking. This puts forth the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, which is one of the first computer laws the FBI quickly puts together. And Ken Thompson puts a quote out there for the Trojan horse, putting some nomenclature out in there. In 1984, we come to the Cybercrime Protection Security Act, which puts out some more laws for the world to see. This increases penalty violations and just more laws. The Cult of the Dead Cow is an easy for one of the first ones, and the Chaos Communications Congress is as large as DEF CON. Takes place in Berlin and Germany. Leipzig, was it? Leipzig this year. Hacker 2600 is also a hacker magazine. And we move on to The Firm. They like the movie Airwolf, so they changed their name to The Firm. And they walked you through how to hack the Bank of America this year. And the Hacker's Handbook is released in 1985. And the New Jersey statutes, because this year is the year that they took down some people, and they got famous for taking down a 2600 magazine bulletin board. It was a personal one, and they didn't know what they were taking down, so they thought they had a hacker, and instead they had a Hacker Easy bulletin board, so they wound up embarrassing themselves. In 1986, we have the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, which adds more laws to the books. And we have the first hacker on trial by jury. This is Robert Schifrin and Stephen Gold. They hacked the Duke of Edinburgh. But there's no laws in Britain. So this brings it to the attention of Scotland Yard. The Hacker Manifesto, quoted in hacker movies, constantly to prove that they're hacker movies. And it's released. It's a one-page essay. In 1987, we have the Christmas Tree Executable Worm. It copies your whole email list and keeps on going. It can be deleted by erasechristmas.executable. In 1988, we have Morris the Worm. It's the first felony for a hacker under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, created by Robert T. Morris. He makes it as a harmless worm, but he's unsuccessful and creates a very successful worm. It creates a lot more damage than he anticipates, taking down over 6,000 computers across the ARPANET. And he's the first person to be indicted under the 1986 Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. CERT, Computer Emergency Response Team, is also founded in 1988, and it's focused on incident response, cybersecurity. In 1989, we got Mondo 2000. This is a magazine that brings style to hackers by bringing the attention to cyberpunk. They coined that. Jude Milhon and Are You Serious? They also bring us books like The Real Cyberpunk, Fake Book, and Hacking Wetware. Honeypot, The Cuckoo's Nest. Back in 1986, Marcus Haas is arrested, and astronomer Clifford Stoll. He helps with that, and then he writes a book in 1989 and releases The Cuckoo's Nest, which gives us the public a first great big glimpse at the honeypot, which is a decoy computer system that lures hackers where they study our moves. Our first run with ransomware is AIDS, where a gentleman stands out in front of the World Health Organization, hands out floppies, and this is handed out with some flyers telling them that they'll adversely be affected with this will adversely affect other programs and applications, and you will owe compensation and other possible damages to PC Cyborg Corporation, and your microcomputer will stop functioning normally. And when they insert their floppies, it does so. Operation Sun Devil is where some police raid Steve Jackson Games, the maker of Munchkins. Hacker and GURPS, they unknowingly take down this operation. But this forms the Electronic Frontier Foundation, which is what's important here, because they stick around to fight for our internet privacy, our freedom of information, and our open standards for years to come. Hacker Dave is arrested, the first remote hacker. The Computer Misuse Act of 1990. This is an attempt to make malware and distributors of malware illegal. The first polymorphic computer virus, 1260, developed to show that scanners don't always see all viruses. It only grew by 1260 bytes a run. DEF CON, held in Las Vegas originally just to be a party for members of Platinum Net, a FIDO protocol hacking network. Usenet is a huge global spanning network that is 10 years older than the World Wide Web, and it remains popular because it has come to function as one of the fastest and most reliable file-sharing networks. The WWW, the hackers moved their BBSs to the web with the appeal of Mosaic. All but 400,000 recovered by Citibank, and the two caught are accused of having inside help by the corporation. No evidence exists of inside information. AOL Hell. War on pedophilia is what the writer of the code said, an automated tool to phish systems for passwords and credit cards. In 1995, Freaker Bus. Supposedly he tried 3 times to sell credit cards, but he got ripped off every time. Apparently not everyone knew or approved of anyone making money off of their pursuits. It is also rumored that phone calls were made overseas to military bases to hostile countries. Government websites. The United States Department of Justice was changed to read the Department of Injustice. The Air Force read, Welcome to the Truth. And the CIA's read, Welcome to the Central Stupidity Agency. All of them needed upgrades since the securities made. The General Accounting Offices said that attackers obtained and corrupted sensitive information by stealing, modifying, and destroying both data and software. They have installed unwanted files, backdoors to circumvent normal protections, and allow them unauthorized access. Cryptovirology is modern ransomware. It is where they give security to the attacker. You don't necessarily have to extort money. You can get data and the like as well. Eligible Receiver 97. This is a no-notice interoperable exercise. It clearly demonstrates that I/O attacks are a real threat, and they can be a dangerous one. With the help of hackers, they launched attacks on the Pentagon and other such agencies to show just how vulnerable they are. Windows NT gets publicly hacked, and with the help of hackers, they also send in a resolution. In 1998, we got the Domain Name System Security Extensions. They manage Internet navigation by locating domain names and mapping them to IP addresses. The prepared statement of Senator Fred Thompson: we as a nation cannot wait for Pearl Harbor of the information age. The online sit-in is the first Internet activism using FloodNet to participate in an online sit-in. National Infrastructure Protection Center. In the event of significant cyber or communication incidents, by regularly coordinating with government agencies to share information and collaboratively respond to incidents. In 1999, we see the Melissa Worm, the Back Orifice, which brings us remote administration, and Smart Card Security, which utilizes 56, 158, and 1024-bit keys. And in 2000, we see the I Love You virus, and Jonathan James, the first juvenile, which is a 16-year-old hacker to be serving time. Thank you for watching this presentation.